Alrighty, how's everybody doing? I am G, the seeker of truth. This is Spiritual Stake, and yes, your spirit is at stake. We are in our Bible breakdown. How y'all doing? Here at Spiritual Stake, we are in Exodus chapter 26. This is a long road, but it's a road that we got to travel if we want to know every last single point, everything that was never read, every word that was never said. We got to go through this long road together. A quick overview of 25. 25, it was the instructions for how to construct the Ark of the Covenant. And that's pretty much the basis of 25. The 25 was all about just giving instructions on constructing the Ark of the Covenant. I always had a thought about like why the words say that God is not a man. It say that in order to serve him, you must serve him in spirit and truth. I ain't never see the purpose of the covenant. The Ark of the Covenant is a physical representation of what? And then, here go the thing, right? If and so that the Ark of the Covenant, which was supposed to be directed by God to build, then that will automatically go against the 10 Commandments in which he just gave them about not having no images of anything in the heavens above and the earth or the waters, right? Anyway, just something to think about. We tossing over a lot of different ideas here, trying to find truth. And like I always say, when I be speaking, I read and I never go in with like I already got the answers. I know everything. I be reading like it's for the first time. I be hearing it like it's for the first time, so I can actually get a unbiased opinion. And when I be reading and when I be giving my overviews and when I be giving my commentary on it, like I have in my mind on what I'm gonna say. Like I'm finna say this, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this, and then I get on here and it be something totally different come about. But it all be for the good, for the betterment of the spirit. And then sometimes the information that I give just freestyle and be better than anything I ever wrote down, So, like I say, I don't got all the answers. We don't got all the answers, but we going through here trying to find them. So, if you're gonna fire up, go ahead on the fire up. Y'all know how we do. With no further ado, we're going into 26. Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, in blue and purple and scarlet, with cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them. The length of one curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and every one of the curtains shall have one measure. The 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. Excuse me. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the sledge in the coupling, and likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of another curtain in the coupling of the second. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold one of another. And thou shalt make 50 taches of gold and couple the curtains together with the taches, and it shall be one tabernacle. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be coverings upon the tabernacle. 11 curtains shalt thou make. The length of one curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. And the 11 curtains shall be all of one measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shall double the 6 curtains in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops on the edge of the one curtain that is outmost in the coupling, and 50 loops in the edge of the curtain which coupleth the second. And thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches into the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may be one. And the raiment that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, and half curtain that remaineth, shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle, and a cubit on the one side, and a cubit on the other side of that which remaineth in the length of the curtain of the tent. It shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side and on that side to cover it. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram skin, dyed red, and a covering above of badger skin. And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth of one board. 2 tenons shall there be in one board, set in order one against another. Thou shalt make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make the boards for the tabernacle 20 boards on the south side southward. And thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle on the north side there shall be 20 boards, and there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward thou shalt make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides, and they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head of it unto one ring. Thus shall it be for them both. They shall be for the 2 corners, and they shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the board of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the board of the side of the tabernacle for the 2 sides westward. I gotta say something real quick. This is a lot of work, constructing something for a spiritual being. Physical work. And I know what a person would be like, well, you got to put your physical, you got to see if you're going to have is your physical man going to be willing to do the work, because the spirit be willing, but the body be weak. What do making this box got anything to do with getting the person closer to salvation? Right? If somebody was to ask me, and that was if somebody was to ask me, I would say that this box building, it sounds like a punishment because it's very, very detailed, right? It's very, very detailed, the instructions. And they putting a whole lot of importance into the physical, and yet we know that this is not a physical battle. So listen, if on these shoulders I shall build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. If we are in our mind, understand that he is not talking about physically building a church on this man's shoulder, right? But when we hear church, we what? Automatically think of a physical place, because we are stuck in that physical man. So I'm saying, from a spiritual mind, why can't we look at this and be like, what do this have to do with anything? Right or wrong? I say that for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, I feel like if I'm tired of reading about it, it's not helping me none at all. It's really just sitting here, and the more and more I read about it, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why do he need a physical representation? And we was just told that you should not have no physical representations. You should not, matter of fact, in Exodus, he said you ain't supposed to have no graven images, no pictures or anything in the heavens above and in the waters or underneath. All this, we just read this. And you're going to tell us, you're going to give all these instructions and then turn around and have a whole chapter and a half giving instructions about making something of the spiritual world. And they don't make you question nothing. What do God need with an Ark of a Covenant? Right now, if God, Most High, your Savior, whoever he is, came, what could you physically give him? What could you physically give her? What could you physically give it? Other than yourself. But when we give ourselves, we want to give ourselves with the hopes and with the desires of reaching somebody else that's willing to come, that connect on that spiritual level with us, that's also in return going to realize that we are all intertied as one, and they're going to be willing to give themselves for the next. What we're not trying to do is give ourselves so we can be in servitude, making boxes, making pyramids, making buildings. For what? To break it down to another level, in Revelation say he's going to come back for a church without a spot or a wrinkle. Now, is he talking about the church itself, the building, or the church body, the people? Now, depending on where you at with your spiritual life, you're going to say it's either one. Especially if you're not doing right. You need another scapegoat. When he come back, for me, he going to come back for the church because they ain't even taught us all this. And yet and still, you have ran across a couple of spiritual states. And every time you heard something that they did not tell you in church, you say, nah, he's smoking too much. Let's stop. You say, I don't like the way he talking to me. I don't agree with the words that he using. I don't like what's going on over there. It make me feel bad. It make me feel weird. That's just shaking of that truth. That's that inputting of new information to wake up that old man so you can remember who you is. But what do? We run from that because we was not taught that. And the crazy thing is how we are stand strong on about our religion, on about what we was taught and what we was not taught. You go over to a third world country and they are just like you is about their religion. And you gonna tell them they wrong? Because they gonna tell you wrong. But they wouldn't have died about it. But you wouldn't have died about it. But they wrong, right? Or is you wrong, right? But where's truth? Here go truth. True spiritual elevation comes with releasing of religious titles. I said what I said. We're going to go on to 27 and get over this. And 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the board of the side of the tabernacle for the 2 sides westward. And the middle bar in the midst of the board shall reach from end to end. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places for the bars. And thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof, which was showed thee in the mount. And thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined lining of cunning works with cherubim shall it be made. And thou shalt hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood, overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold, upon the 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the veil under the detachers, that thou mayest bring in thither within the veil the ark of the testimony. And the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy place. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. And thou shalt set the table without the veil, and the candlestick over against the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. And thou shalt put the table of the north side. And thou shalt make a hanging for the door of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen, wrought with needlework. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, and their hooks shall be of gold. And thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. That is the end of chapter 26. Another whole chapter about building a box. Yeah, I said a box. Don't disrespect the covenant. Don't disrespect the Ark of the Covenant. Was you there? Did you build it? Did you physically put your hands on it? Well, shut up. Because we don't want to hear that. We already said we're not coming here defending nothing. We come and trying to find everything. So if what I'm saying offends you, you already came in like, I'm a Christian, I heard this man be talking, so I'm finna go over here and see what he said. Or I'm this, and I didn't heard he be over here saying this, and I'm finna go over here. But for whatever purpose, it wasn't the right purpose. Because if truth offends you, then you might as well don't never come to this buffet. Because that's all we laying out here. And you can say it's my truth, but it's hard to say it's just my truth when we real deal reading it at the Bible. I'm not flipping no word around, no other word, and trying to misconstrue the sentences. That's what they did. I'm not trying to force you to take what my insight of the word that I got and take that for law. That's what they do. We are simply here trying to find the truth. And if what is said make you go look at, if you heard it and it make you want to research it, and whatever conclusion you come to, whether it was, oh, dude don't know what he talking about, or dude didn't know what he was talking about at all, because it actually say this, that, and the other. You did what you were supposed to be doing anyway. You did the purpose, right? The purpose of spiritual stake always from the beginning was to make you go look it up for yourself. It wasn't to come here. This is not a one-stop shop for our spiritual answers and spiritual elevation. We provide courage in a place that you can feel safe with saying what you can't say to nobody else. And that maybe some of that stuff you heard in church was fabricated. That you were misled and you so far gone into your misdirection that it scared you to turn around and go the other way. But we here. I promise you, if you turn around and you look the other way, you're going to see the spiritual stake family. And we waiting on you. And we'll come get you. But you got to be ready to go. I am G, the seeker of truth. This here is spiritual stake. And until next time, y'all stay elevated.